Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a possible overflow of product from a furnace caused an explosion at a chemical plant in Louisville. And a federal government shutdown impacts everything from food pantries all the way to your local health department.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this October 2nd, just about 5 o'clock this morning, and it's time for a look at our weather with Megan Dusma. Megan, it is far too hot for fall, and I'm all sorts of sad about it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm so sorry about that. But the good news is we have some low 70s coming up a week from now, so we still have a lot of time. But there is some cooler weather in the horizon. Let's break into that forecast for you this morning. Low to mid 50s is what most folks are seeing out and about. However, we are at that 60-degree mark in Pikeville and Jackson this morning, 63 in Monticello. As we head into the afternoon, we'll be looking at a mixture of the low to mid 80s for our Kentucky counties, and then a range of the upper 70s and low 80s for our Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia counties. In terms of rain, no surprise here. This has been like a broken record every single day this week. No rain this morning, and we'll continue to see mostly sunny to sunny skies throughout the next several hours. So as we break down that 12-hour forecast, you'll just notice, again, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures around that 4 o'clock time frame. And this morning, sunrise will be at 7:30 a.m. Amelia.
2 people were taken to the hospital after a crash in Laurel County. According to the Crossroads Fire Department, that crash happened just before 11:30 yesterday morning on Highway 490. One of the people involved in the crash was flown to UK hospital to be treated for severe injuries. In Louisville, an explosion at a chemical plant happened yesterday. Officials received word about the explosion at around 11:30 at Carbide Industries in the Rubbertown area along the Ohio River. The cause of the fire is believed to have stemmed from a possible overflow of product from the furnace, but it's still under investigation. No injuries were reported among any of the employees working there. Federal boots are on the ground in Memphis, with Tennessee's second largest city becoming the latest battleground in the Trump administration's sweeping crackdown on violent crime. On X, Bondi says in just 48 hours, the task force made 53 arrests and confiscated 20 firearms from Memphis streets. Attorney General Pam Bondi had a warning for anybody looking to make trouble.
If you touch a law enforcement officer, it is a crime and you are going to jail.
Our department is here to enable you, law enforcement, to do your job, to help protect your facilities, help protect your people.
The Memphis task force follows troop deployments in D.C. and L.A. While speaking to the U.S. military leaders this week, the president proposed using cities as training grounds for the armed forces. It's now day 2 of the federal government shutdown, and right now Congress remains deadlocked. Thousands of federal workers are facing furloughs and possible layoffs. Late last night, President Donald Trump posted on social media that the shutdown is an opportunity to save billions of dollars, as he's starting to cancel funding to several Democrat-led states. CBS News' Tina Kraus has more from London.
Around the country, signs of the federal shutdown at government buildings and national parks.
The government shutdown.
Around San Francisco, tourists hoping to enjoy historical sites found only closures.
It's my first time, so I'm a bit gutted.
In the nation's capital, falling foot traffic means fewer customers for this food truck owner.
Right now, I don't make nothing, only 3 customers. I have 3 customers.
Capitol Hill is also quiet today, with lawmakers observing the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur. More votes on a funding bill to reopen the government are expected Friday.
Well, it ends when the Senate Democrats pick this bill up, passed by the House of Representatives, and vote for it.
Party leaders are dug in. Republicans want to pass the Clean House GOP bill to fund the government into November, but Democrats are not backing down from their demand to extend health care subsidies.
Donald Trump and Republicans shut the federal government down because they don't want to provide health care to working class Americans.
President Trump last night urged Republicans to use the shutdown to, quote, clear out dead wood, waste, and fraud.
We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues.
The administration warns those layoffs could begin in the next 48 hours. The president also moved to block billions of dollars in funding for infrastructure in New York and climate projects in 16 states that voted for his opponent in the 2024 election. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Well, as that shutdown continues, some members of Congress have called for a pause in their own paychecks until the government reopens. The federal government shutdown impacts everything from food pantries all the way to your local health department and the services they provide for the public. Local health departments like the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department rely on the federal government for support for things like federal grants, education on diabetes, or information on the latest COVID-19 vaccine.
Not all, but many of our federal grants are going to be put on hold until until the Congress gets this all straightened out. The bottom line, it's just not good for our people.
About a third of the inventory at God's Pantry Food Bank comes from the USDA. CEO Michael Halligan says that means they'll most likely need more help from donors. The state of Ohio's minimum wage is set to increase starting next year. Non-tipped employees will make at least $11 an hour, and tipped employees will make $5.50. That's just under a 3% increase from the current rates. For workers younger than 16, the federal minimum wage of $7.25 still applies. The minimum wage is also $7.25 here in Kentucky. More people are being kicked off SNAP benefits in Kentucky. The Associated Press reports the number of disqualifications has gone up in the last 5 years. Federal data from 2023 shows Kentucky is second in the nation in disqualifying people from the SNAP program. During the last decade, disqualifications went from fewer than 100 in 2015 to more than 1,800 in 2023. A Kentucky group is pushing state lawmakers to create tougher penalties for child abusers. Kentucky Youth Advocates is asking lawmakers to pass Jaden's Law next year. It's named for Jaden Spicer. He was a 10-year-old from Breathitt County whose body was found in August. His mother reported him missing, and later she and Spicer's stepfather were charged with his murder. The proposed bill would make several changes, including creating a new offense for murder by abuse of a child and extending who can qualify for the death penalty in child abuse cases. Right now, that punishment can only be for abusers in cases involving children under 12.
Regardless of the age of that young person who has been abused, a perpetrator needs to pay. The idea that a 6-year-old is frankly more valuable in terms of that.
Jaden's Law has already gained support from some lawmakers. The Kentucky Horse Racing Committee hosted a meeting Wednesday. They discussed the success Churchill Downs had in their September meet. During the 14-day meet, there were 134 races, including 10 stakes races that kicked off the road to the 152nd Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Betting topped $84 million. That's 12% more compared to 2024. Winners received $14 million in payouts.
I think as a kudos to the team and the product we're putting on in September, especially here in Louisville, there's a lot going on. There's U of L football games, there's music festivals. So the fact that we're still drawing a decent crowd that's betting on track is a positive.
Racing at Churchill Downs in Louisville picks back up with the fall meet, which is set to start October 29th. That fall meet for Keeneland in Lexington starts on Friday. The woman who changed the way the world looks at wildlife is gone. Legendary conservationist Dr. Jane Goodall died yesterday of natural causes. Goodoll's field work with chimpanzees included documentation of the primates' emotions and personality traits. She's also credited with changing the overall way scientists study animals. Goodall, who had been on a speaking tour of the U.S. when she died, was 91 years old. Thanks so much for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:08. Rebuilding is underway at the Laurel County Fairgrounds, where the Wilderness Road Event Center was under construction.
And temperatures remain warm today, but cooler weather is ahead.